Hello everyone. In our last video, we have seen how we can use RunBase operation, like how we can create a simple RunBase batch. Now we'll do the same thing in this video as well, but we are going to use dialogues as well with our RunBase batch. So for that, what I will do as well, I'm going to create a runnable class, and I will give a name to my runnable class as run base. We'll say run base dialog. So we'll play with dialog in this particular scenario. So what we'll do, we'll actually calculate our like the uh, total amount of transaction in a particular period for our customer. So let's try to understand the scenario. So what we'll do, we'll simply go to our all customer, and let's say if you go to any customer and you click on this balance, right? So if you want to get this balance, so we'll write code for this one using our RunBase framework. So as I'm going to use my RunBase framework, so I can say extend RunBase batch here, and let me save this. And the next one is I need to call my static, I need to call my main method. So for that I will say RunBase dialog. I will create object of this, and I will simply say RunBase dialog, and I will use new function here, and then I'm going to close it. I can simply say my that prompt function, and using my prompt function I can simply run obj.run. So this is the standard code, and now further I can use like public void run, and I can write my main logic here. Okay, so till now, whatever we have done the similar thing in our last video as well. Okay, so here let me put if here. Okay, but now what we'll do, we'll introduce the dialogues as well. So now to create our dialog, we are going to first of all define few variable. So let me remove this documentation. The first thing is that I'm going to use a dialog field. So I can say my dialog as dialog account num, because I will need to ask the customer account. That's why I will use this dialog account. And then further I can use my pack and unpack method as well. So I can simply define here define dot current version, and I can say here 1, and then further I can also use this local macro dot current list, and here I will end my macro, and inside this I will need to write those fields. So now I will need to use an EDT here, that is cust account. So here I can say cust account. So basically the pack and unpack method is used to record the older values. I will show you what I mean to say. Okay, I can say cust account. I think there's some issue, so I'm going to copy this. Right. Okay, so we have only one object here, so I can remove this comma. And further we are getting some error. Okay, the macro. So simply capitalize this one, and this is working fine now. So next we'll use our dialog we'll use our dialog method, and here we'll do the actual dialog related work. All right, so here we'll write code for our dialog. So the first thing is that we need to use this dialog RunBase class, and I can say this as my dialog, and further I can call dialog equals to super here so that the standard code will run. And further, if you will go above, we have defined this dialog account num. So I can say dialog account num equals to, here I will say dialog dot add field, and here you need to define your field name, so your field data type, so it would be extended data type, this data type str. Okay, let me come back here. I will say dialog dot add field value, and then I need to specify here extended data type, extended type str. Here I will define my that cust account EDT, and further I can define my cust account here. So we'll get the value here, and now once that will be done, then I can simply use this return dialog, so that will return that, and then I'm going to use this method that is public boolean say get from dialog, because now this information so this will create a dialog, and that dialog will have this particular field cust account, and now I have stored this customer account value inside this dialog field. So here we'll do, so I can define here a variable named as a boolean return, and then I can call my super here, and let me return it first, then we'll write the actual code. Okay, let me save this. Alright, so here we are going to now write the actual code. So if you see this dialog cust account, so I can get this value and I can store this inside this cust account. So I will simply write my code here. I can say my cust account equals to, and here I can say my dialog account num dot, this is a value function. So now my value will be stored in this global cust account variable, and then I will simply now will go to my run class. Where is my run class? Here we go. So I will write my main logic here. So I'm going to use my cust transaction table. I'll say cust trans. Here I can simply say select. First of all, I will write the generic code select asterisk from cust trans. Now we'll do modification cust trans. Okay, now I will do modification. The first thing is that I will only need data. You can see here where my cust trans dot account num equals to cust account, that global variable that we have used. Okay, but now it is going to give me all the transaction, but I need the sum, right? So I can simply say sum, give me the overall sum of my so there's a field called amount amount mst. So this will give me the total count, and at the end I can say that info, I can use my strfmt, and here I can say total sum of customer. Here I will say customer, and then I will say sum, and we'll do this, and then I can write here custrans dot account num, comma, then again custrans dot amount mst. Yeah, here we go. So this is also completed. So let me hide this. Okay, so we have created dialog. We have also used get from dialog. We have wrote the actual code in our run method, and our main method is also completed, but now we haven't provided a good name. For that I will use this public static client server, and I can say class description, and I can use this tscri description function, and here I will need to return what I want to. So I can say return sum of cust trans. And now we'll do the actual pack and unpack code. So for that I can simply use public container pack method here, and I can return container here. So I will say return. I'm going to use a container symbol here, and then here I will simply pass my information, that is current version, and I can say current list. And similarly, now I can write code for my unpack as well. For that I will simply say public boolean unpack. This is also a standard code, and you can write here container, and you can say here packed class, and then we'll write our actual logic here. So we'll use this version. I can say here version equals to RunBase. So we have a function called get version, and here I can simply pass my this packed class. So I can pass this packed class here. Then I will use my switch case, and I will go to my version. Then I can say here case, if this would be my current version. So if this would be case, then I can say version comma current list equals to, I can use my pack class here, and then I will simply break, and then in our switch case we have a default, and here I will simply return false. All right. And then at the end, I'm simply going to return true. So let's run this code. Right, class, the build is completed, and if you see, we are getting this description, and the next thing is that you see we have created one dialog for our customer account. So let me do one thing. Let me select this customer account, and I will click on OK. Again, you can run this in batch. That is for sure you can do. Let me click OK. So it is giving me result as 81,495. Now when I go to my this customer and I will click on balance. So see, I'm getting exactly same thing. Now the reason how pack and unpack is going to help is if I will refresh this, so it will remember that last time I have used my 002 account. So let me go to code and explain you everything again. The first thing is that while creating your RunBase batch, you can simply extend RunBase batch, and then you are simply going to use your main method. Main method is nothing, it is just to start your class. So simply created an object, use this prompt, and you simply run this run function. Inside your run function, you have the main logic. You are using your customer transaction table, and you are basically doing sum of all your transaction from a specific cust account. Okay, now this cust account here, you have defined two variables. One is dialog field. So this dialog field is responsible to create the dialog. For that, we have used our dialog method. We have used this particular class dialog, and we added a field, this cust account, and our value is available inside this. And then from our get from dialog field, we simply fetch the value of this customer account so that it can be used above. And then here we have used our macro. Here we have used our macro so that it will remember. It will keep track of our versions. And let me come down. So here is this is a pretty standard code to do the pack and unpack in D365 finance and operation. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day ahead.